Good evening, Mr. Singer.
Evening, sir.
How are you doing?
Hello.
It's so nice to see you again.
Same here, sir. I wanted to see you again, sir. That's why I'm here.
I feel honored that you have chosen
Yeah,
me.
okay. Same here, same. Really, I also feel honored, sir. It is my privilege.
I'm very happy that you feel that way. And
Yes, sir.
we already had two sessions together, right? Or we had
Actually,
one
this
session.
is we are meeting second time, sir.
Okay, okay, all right, yeah. So, yeah, you told me that you live in Surat, right?
Correct,
The
exactly.
township on the periphery of Surat, on the
Yes, yes.
outskirts.
A company has provided this accommodation.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah. So now, yeah, I see so many different faces on a daily basis. Sometimes, some details get muddled up. So it is
Yeah,
nice
yeah,
for me to
actually.
revise a little bit. So
Correct,
job
correct. So, how
number
many sessions are you taking in single day?
around 10 sessions every day.
10 session.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay,
because of
great.
that,
That's right, that's right.
yeah, I see at least 8 or 9 people every day. Some of the sessions they are
Correct,
learners, okay, but at least
correct.
five new people I see every day. So
Yeah,
and
okay.
so because of that, my memory can be a little bit muddled. Okay. So
Yes,
I
correct,
apologize
correct.
for the same, but I think we had this session very recently. We had it day before yesterday, I think.
Yeah, day before yesterday, I think, sir.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So again, let us get to the gist of it. Let us start without further ado. Okay. Let us
Yeah,
jump straight into our session and let the learning
yes,
begin. Right.
yes.
So we have this very interesting topic for discussion today. Okay, about beauty. Right. So first of all, let me ask you if you understand the difference between calling somebody pretty and calling somebody beautiful. Okay. What do you think is the difference between these two words, like pretty and beautiful?
Pretty, I think pretty stands for you are feeling good. I'm pretty good. And beauty stands for your appearance, I think. How you looks like, I think.
Okay.
Isn't it, sir?
So pretty good, you were using pretty as an adverb. Like if I call that girl looks pretty, okay, like that. That girl is very pretty, or that child is very pretty. Okay, like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
So
At that,
actually,
yeah.
no, go ahead.
Yeah, so I think if we are telling that that girl is pretty good, I think it will denote as a beauty. I think, and we will consider as a beauty, and we are talking about her beauty. I think.
Yeah. So, okay. So the main difference there is that pretty, not pretty good, simply pretty. Okay. If I call somebody pretty, it generally relates to their physical appearance, their outwardly or external appearance. Okay. And beauty can be something that can be intrinsic also. Because if I find some person, maybe there is a old woman, wrinkles on her face, and very demure kind of attitude, very shy, very reserved. Okay, wears very plain clothes. Then I can still find her beautiful. I might not be able to call her pretty. Calling her pretty would be wrong. Okay,
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
outwardly appearance is not very attractive. Okay, but
Correct, correct,
maybe
correct,
the character that she represents, okay, that the
correct.
personality that she has, if she has a very kind and caring attitude, okay, the kind of person she is on the inside, so I can refer to
Yes.
that as beautiful. I can say she is beautiful. Okay, for
So,
example, pretty can be only applied to objects, not inanimate ideas, but beauty can be applied to inanimate ideas also, like poetry, like a song. A song is not pretty, a song is beautiful, right? If it has some very profound meaning, okay, if it makes you think about something, if it is thought provoking, if it makes you feel something different, so then also it can be called beautiful, right? Okay, so moving forward, the topic for today is actually a very popular axiom, a very popular proverb in the English
yeah.
language. Beauty lies in the eye of the beholder, right? So, explain to me in your own words, what do you understand by that?
Yeah, so I think beauty lies in the eyes of beholder. It is true, sir. And in my point of view, it is subjective. It's depend on person to person, their emotion, their perception, their mm, their opinion actually. So, in my point of view, how you think, how you speak, how you behave. That is your beauty. Apart from your appearance, whatever I have learned till now. So on the basis I'm just telling, and so it is subjective, and true beauty lies beneath the surface, I think. And it is like one man dress is another man's treasure.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So correct. So your beauty, yeah, it is. It would be some. It can be somebody appearance, and it can be somebody how you are looking. But in my point of view, this is my opinion.
Oh, you have put it very well, actually. Okay,
Yeah.
that was a very well put answer. That was a very well collated answer. Okay, you use some idioms also there. So again, kudos to you for doing that. You said
Thank you, sir.
one man's trash is another man's treasure. You're absolutely
Yeah.
correct in saying that. It's something that is very dependent on your own point of view, right? You find something beautiful, others might not find it beautiful. Others what
Correct.
they find beautiful. For example, Kim Kardashian is a very popular celebrity, right?
Yeah,
In
yeah, yeah. I
India.
have heard about her lady. Yeah, I have heard
She
about
is
that lady. Yeah.
considered a diva. She is considered a very beautiful woman, one of the most beautiful women in the world, okay, by a lot of
Yes.
people.
Yes.
But I don't find her attractive because what she represents to me is a lot of plastic surgery, a lot of
Yeah.
photoshopping, and a lot of
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
superficial attitude. Okay, a beautiful
Correct. Correct.
girl, in my opinion, would be somebody who's very simplistic. Okay, wears modest clothes. My opinion, obviously, from my
Yeah.
perspective. Okay,
Yes. Yes.
and
Yes. Yes.
uses as little makeup as possible and looks energetic and vivacious. Okay, no matter
Correct.
how, in what circumstance she is. So that is my
Correct.
idea of
Correct.
beauty. What
Yes.
would be
Yes.
your
Yes.
idea of beauty? Like, which kind of a person would you find beautiful?
Yeah, in my opinion, I said you said that it is quite different. Actually, I used to see beauty uh, in manner of appearance, in manner of uh, how they are looking. I used to see it, but my my perception has been changed. Now those who are devoting some time for humanity, those who are doing something for others, and those who are helping each other, those who are cooperating, rather than keeping ourselves fit and fine, and always they are presenting their self, that yeah, am I looking good, how am I looking. So this is actually my perception has been changed, and uh, those who are doing something to others, we call him that they are beautiful, and they are doing extraordinary work, and so yeah, this is my opinion.
And they are doing something to others or they are doing something for others.
To others.
So I think what you mean is something for others. If you are doing something to others, that will mean, for example, I'm giving you a massage. That is something I'm doing to you. If I'm scolding you, that is also something I'm doing to you. But if I'm doing
Okay.
something for you, for your benefit,
Okay.
okay, so that
Yeah.
will
I
be,
think there would be far right. Yes. Yes.
yes, that would be the
Yeah.
correct
Yeah. Yeah.
thing to use, right?
Yes.
People
Yes.
who are
Yes. Yes.
devoting their time and energy for the upliftment of others in their
Correct.
community or in their society, make others'
Correct.
lives a little bit better, more manageable, right? Doing some philanthropic work, as you said, right?
Philanthropic. Yeah. Benevolent and yeah. Work.
Donating towards some charities, maybe
Yeah.
donating their own time and energy, so like that. So I also
Correct.
believe exactly, I think we are on the same page. Even my
Yeah.
idea of beauty is kind of very similar to yours. When I was in
Yes.
college, when I was in first year, for example, as you mentioned, yeah, our ideas of beauty, our perceptions evolve over time, right? They
Yes.
change
Yes.
according to our taste and our experience. So
Mm-hmm.
there's a very interesting story that I want to share with you,
Yeah.
and I'll ask you for a similar experience if you had about one
Yeah.
person that you have seen in a different light, later on. So there was this girl in my college, who I saw during my first year. Okay, she was very chubby. Okay, she was kind of obese. Okay, and she was very dark complexioned, and she had crooked teeth. Okay, so this was a batchmate of mine. All right, and because I came from a small town and I was a very inexperienced, very immature kind of boy back then. So I simply judged her as a very ugly person. Okay, that
Yeah.
was my initial assessment of her. Okay, so I used to think, I remember the first thing that I thought when looking at her was, I would not be caught dead, being in her company. I would not want to interact with her. Even if she wanted to speak to me, I would run away. Okay, that was my initial thoughts. And there was another boy, okay, in our batch, in our class. He was from Hyderabad. He was from a high class Brahmin family. He looked very well, very presentable. He was very fair skinned. He was tall. He was very well mannered also, and he was a performer really. Okay, he was an outstanding academic. And one day I saw both of them interacting and having a lot of fun. So that quite puzzled me a lot. No,
Yeah.
why is this handsome, tall and person who can attract any kind of girl in our class? Why
Mhm.
is he speaking to her? Why is he having such a fun time actually interacting
Yeah.
with her? Why are they laughing so much? So I did not understand that back then. And through the progression of time, I got to realize that this girl's attitude, she was one of the most pleasant minded people I had ever encountered. She was very soft spoken, she was very kind hearted, and she always smiled. Like whenever she was interacting with anybody, she always had a smile on her face. Okay. And she was very helpful also, she was very generous. And no matter whether you knew her personally or not, you asked a favor from her, she would reciprocate. Okay. So these were the qualities which slowly were exposed to me. And by my fifth year, my perception of her was changed, like turned upside down. By the fifth year, I was wondering if I could ever get a girl like this to marry me someday, because I would be fortunate to have somebody like that as my partner. So that was a total 180-degree shift in my
Yeah.
perception of this person's beauty. So has a similar experience been part of your life when you have judged a person very differently during the start, and later on it has turned out to be quite, it has evolved into something entirely different?
Yeah, in terms of beauty, I don't have experience, but in terms of generous, in terms of philanthropic, and in terms of humanity, I have experience. And I used to get angry because I was arrogant and I was greedy. So uh, in my childhood, in my schooling days, I would say that when I was living in my village. So at that time, those who were coming in my home, and at that time we had TV in our home, and the villagers who were poor, they used to come in our home, and they were seeing the TV, they were seeing the pictures and television. So I belong to Rajput family. So I was like affluent at that time, like landowner. So they were coming they used to see the TV, and so always they were sitting on the surface. But one poor guy, and he was like sitting on the my takta. Actually, we call it takta. It is made from wood in village. So he was sitting on takta. So I get angry at that time. I got angry at that time, and I started scolding to him that you don't know who are you, and you shouldn't sit on the on takta. So
Okay.
you are not following the instruction, and you should. I think you should respect us because I belong to Rajput family. Why have you done this? So this was like I was thinking that I'm upload, I'm landover, and the person who is coming from poor, they are not eligible to sit on uh, takta, meant charpai. What we call takta charpai is, sir,
Tarpai,
English
I think you can simply call it a cot.
called. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Because
yeah,
I was
so
not sure about takta, what you meant by takta. I thought it was a
tak,
wooden plank of something, or
yeah,
whether it
it is.
was a
Yeah,
mat.
it is. Yeah, it is made from wooden, and so the after some time, my perception has been changed, and I had become mature, and I got to know about life that the matter is, I think we should be compassionate towards other, and we should be humble. And it is these are the things uh, perishable. They are not going to they are not going to remain with you for a long time.
Mm.
So this is the true nature of human, that you should be compassionate, you should be humble, and you should be philanthropic. So after getting knowledge, and when I got knowledge about life, so uh, when I had visited my home, so he was like sitting. No, I apologize for that to that guy. So means I have done actually I didn't behave in proper way to you, and really I am apologize for. So he was like flavor gested in that. What happened to my Thakurji? Why he's telling like that? So my beauty, my perception of the beauty, my perception of the things has changed at that time, and I realized that I committed mistake, and I apologize for that. And yeah, so this was the mistake, and this was the learning through life. That so I got remember that, and nowadays I believe that the big man is not that who is big. The big man is that who is honoring that guy who is sitting next to him, and he is not feeling embarrassed in the presence of you. If he is not feeling embarrassed, so it means you are big guy.
Mm. That is correct.
Yeah,
A mark of a
yeah,
true, genuine person is how he treats people beneath his status, not
yes,
how he
yes,
treats people equivalent of equivalent status, or
correct.
people who are above your status.
So
Obviously, you will be
nowadays,
trying to.
so now, so my thinking process, my uh, uh, thought has been changed, and now even scavenger, even they will come in my home. So I'm treating in very well manner, and I'm allowing them to sit in my couch beside me. Those who are scavenger, those who are poor, those who are carpenter, and I'm having the snack, I'm having the tea sitting beside me. So it is completely, I would say, this is the complete change of mindset, perception, and I think it happens throughout your journey. And so I think life life taught us many lessons, and still I am learning. So I think this is
Mm.
the true beauty and true, I would say, true sense.
Okay, I think the word that you're looking for is worthiness. Okay, this was,
Worthiness.
yeah, this was not about beauty, more about worthiness, whether or not he's, like as you said, he's eligible to sit beside me or not. So you
Yeah, yeah,
were
yes.
sitting on a high horse, right? Earlier. Okay, you were in
Yes,
an ivory tower, you could say. You were sitting in an
yes,
ivory tower, or you were sitting on a high horse, and you were judging people beneath you as people who were not, not worthy of sharing the same space as you did, right?
yes.
People who had to kind of ingratiate themselves to you, people who had to bow their heads and be respectful in front of you,
Yeah, yeah,
reverential
yeah,
in front
yeah,
of you.
yeah. Correct.
And now I think I'll make an educated guess. Okay, tell me if I'm true, if I'm correct about this. When you mistreated this person, when you were, when you scolded him, when you chided him the last time, you were not employed back then. Were you an earning member? Were you a working professional back then? Or were you a college going or school going student?
Actually, so I was in school at that time, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is what I was getting at. The
Mhm.
real the trials and tribulations of life, they teach us how difficult it is to be, and how privileged you actually are to be born into a family of means. Okay, an
Mhm.
affluent family, right?
Yeah.
So, and how difficult it is to even earn 10 rupees in this world. So you did not
Yeah,
have
yeah.
that perception back then. You did not have that experience back then to help mold your viewpoint or or your perspective. And that
Yeah.
perspective you acquired through experience once you became a working professional. Then you started appreciating people who had to work for 10 hours, 12 hours straight doing menial labor simply to feed their stomachs. Then you start
And actually,
empathy.
it is not due to some working professional. It has been taught by gods, actually, I would say. And yeah, so I am associated with Brahma Kumaris, and I have been associated with Kumaris, and in our life. And how should I behave? How should I think? And how should I speak? Complete knowledge I got from Brahma Kumaris. So since 2018, my perception has been changed. Perception has been transformed. I would say that. So yeah, before 2018, I was like demon. I was like devil, and now I have become human being. So it is teaching of God, sir. And yeah.
Okay, so Brahma Kumari, is it that foundation which talks about like combining the tenets of different religions together? Is that
Yeah,
what
yeah,
Brahma
yeah.
Kumari?
There is a no religion. There is one religion. Religion is realization, and they from every religions they comes over here and they are getting the knowledge, and yeah, so they don't
I was in
actually.
Mount Abu once. I have spent a lot of time in Rajasthan because my college life was spent in Jodhpur. 5 years of my life was spent in Jodhpur. I once visited Mount Abu and I saw this foundation there. I think it was the Brahma Kumari Foundation, and I was
Yeah,
very
yeah,
surprised.
yeah. There is international headquarter of Brahma Kumaris. I usually visit once in a year out
Okay,
there.
I have
Yeah,
been to that place, and it was a very shocking and revelatory experience for me because
yeah,
nowhere else in the world had I seen, Jesus Christ, Prophet Muhammad, Buddha, and Krishna, and all
yeah,
of
yeah,
them
yeah, yeah.
painted in
Correct,
one
correct.
single,
You were at
spot.
right place.
Yeah, so that was quite astonishing for me. No, that was
Yeah,
quite. I was dumbfounded. How could such a kind of religious movement exist in India? Okay, where
yeah, yeah,
people of all faith are accepted.
yeah,
Okay, so now I can see where you're coming from. Okay,
yeah,
all right.
yeah.
So very interesting conversation, and thank you for sharing that very inspiring story. And I see that
Same
you
here,
have
sir.
grown quite a bit. Okay, you have developed as a person. You have become a much better person because of your
Yes.
experiences also, and because of your affiliation with Brahma Kumari, the Brahma Kumari Foundation. I think, right?
Yeah,
So yeah, before leaving, again we have time flies when we are having fun. So we
yeah.
have run out of time. Very
I wanted to clear one thing, sir. Actually, why we are using two-bit listen every time, and can we use a two-bit listening as well?
I do not follow your question. Could you explain it to me?
Actually, why we are using two-bit listen word actually
Oh,
every
okay.
time, and can we use two-bit listening too as well?
Yeah, sure. Of course. No
Okay.
matter what verb form you are using, but
So
with
this is the
listen,
thumb rule of we have to use two-bit listen.
yes. You can't say I am listening song. Okay. You have to say
Okay.
I'm listening to a song. Okay, always.
Okay.
With hear, for example, we don't use to, right? We don't say I am hearing to somebody. Okay. I'm hearing somebody talk. Okay. But with listen, you always use to, no matter which verb
Okay.
form you use. I listened to him. I listened to him. I was listening to him. Any verb form, any
So
tense. You will use.
wherever there will be listen, so we have to use
Yeah.
two.
Yes, that
Okay.
preposition will be used. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let me give you just a little bit of feedback before I leave you,
Sure.
before I wrap
Sure.
up this.
Sure. Sure.
All right. So when you started off that story, you said that a lot of people were coming in my house from the village to watch the TV. Okay. You said they were seeing the TV. Okay. So the better word to use there would have been watching. Okay. Because
Yeah.
seeing
Yeah. Yeah.
implies,
Yeah. Yeah. Correct.
you can inadvertently see something. Unknowingly
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
you can see something.
In
But when you
context of
divert
TV,
your
there will be watching.
yes, because you are intentionally diverting your attention towards something. So then you are watching. Okay. So there is a difference. So you should have used the word watching. And apart from that, there was an error of preposition when you said People were coming in my house. You should use, instead of in, you should use to. People were coming to my house. People used to come to
Tuma.
my house. Yes, in
Yeah.
order to watch TV. Okay. Also, you said I scolding to him. Okay, I was in the habit of scolding to him, or something like that. You said. Okay, so here also a slight error of preposition. Okay, with scolding we don't use, with scold we don't use any preposition. For example, I did not scolded to him. I scolded him simply, no preposition.
Okay. I
Okay,
scolded him. Okay.
I scolded him. Okay, you also said at one point of the time I got remembered that I have done something wrong. Okay. Can you identify what is wrong there?
I remembered.
Exactly. You don't need got there. It is
Yeah,
redundant,
yeah, yeah.
superfluous,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I remembered simply.
I
You
remember.
also said that these people were sitting on the surface. Okay. Probably you should have said that these people were sitting on the floor.
Floor, floor. Yeah.
Yeah, not on the, because surface can mean anything. The table surface also.
Correct.
Right?
Yes, yes,
A
yes,
better way
yes.
would be to say. And regarding last bit of feedback is regarding your pronunciation. Okay, two words that I want to point out that you kind of mispronounce repeatedly. Okay, the first one is this word. Okay, you pronounce it as always. Okay, have I
Yeah,
given you this
always.
feedback before?
It is always.
Always, right? I know because of force of habit, it becomes very difficult
Yeah,
to
yeah.
change your
Yeah, I
pronunciation.
have touch of my mother tongue, sir.
I think all
Mm.
of us do, but we have to
Yeah.
work really hard in order to get rid of our
Correct,
mother
correct.
tongue mistakes.
Mm.
You have to like consciously remind yourself that this is how I'm
Yes, yes.
supposed to say.
Yeah, yeah.
And the last thing was you said I was like a demon. Okay, the correct pronunciation is demon. Okay, it is
Demon.
written DE,
Okay.
it is written DE, but the